Share today. Yan, maraming salamat sa pagkakataon, Ma'am J, at sa inyo pong lahat na nandito ngayon. Sana po ay may matutunan tayo ng kaunti. Yan. So sabi dito, uh, allow me to start with the verse in the Bible and end with the verse in the Bible as well. Pero huwag po kayong mag-alala dahil hindi po tayo mag-preach today, but rather tayo po ay mag-aaral. Yan. So, ang title po natin is Begin with the End in Mind. Ito po ay installment ng ating pong book about 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. Last time, we talk about the habit formation. Di po ba? Bakit po habit formation? Yan. Ang sabi ko, because tayo po lahat ay mga bago dito sa financial industry, kaya po kailangan natin na magkaroon ng habit how to do this business in the industry. And in habit formation, we need to put together our desire, add it with skill and the knowledge. That's why po tayo ay nag-uusap almost every day, di po ba? At maraming salamat po sa initiatives ng ating mga leaders. So, last time I talked about be proactive. That is the number 1 habit. At doon sa being proactive, sabi ko doon is, are we still subject to our conditions? Or are we slave of our own circumstances? Dinidiktahan po ba tayo ng mga bagay sa paligid natin or hindi? Di ba? Pangalawa, sabi doon, or have we mastered how to respond to our situation? Ang sabi ko dati is, being proactive is being able to push a pause and choose how we react. Ganun po ka simple. Yes, it may seem simple, pero pagka po gagawin natin, medyo mahirap po yan. Kasi bilang tao, it's our nature na palagi po tayong ready to defend ourselves and respond. Ano po ang sabi ko doon? So with that topic of being proactive, we talk about the circle of concern. Ito po yung ating personal arena. Ang sabi doon, health, relationship, hobbies, vacations, And then at the same time po, we are looking at new boss, pending legislation, maybe laws, trust issues with the client and promotions, and so on. That is the circle of concern. In the middle of it is how we see ourselves, the circle of influence. Ito po yung paano tayo. Bali, ang tinuro po natin sa being proactive is to push our circle of influence or the things that we have control with para po mabawasan or lumiit yung circle of concern. Yan. Yan po ang nangyari doon. So sabi doon, proactive steps is to expand your circle of influence. Sabi dito, at the other end of the stick or the actions that we have with regards to consequences and mistakes, that's unavoidable po yan, kahit saan po ginagawa natin. And I'm sure, natanong natin sa rin natin to is, do we own our mistakes or and shortcomings with our clients, or how easy it is to do? Yan, nasa denial stage po ba tayo pagka may mga mistakes tayo, or right away we stand to it and own this? And then sabi dito, making and keeping commitments is the way, be a light and not a judge, be a model, not a critic, be part of the solution, not part of the problem. Relating po ba ito? Nakaka-relate po ba tayo dito kay IMG with regards to this? We are a light for those people, na in need of financial solution sa buhay nila, in need of the way out of their situation. We are a model, we try our level best to teach people and not to criticize them, and then be part of the solution. Tayo po yung magbigay ng solution, wag po tayo maging problema. Yan. Does your client think of you as a critic or not? So today, going to lesson proper. I hope we see this, and I'm sure you heard it already. Begin with the end in mind. Ano? An athlete daw po, they will start the race, not really looking at the starting line as a start, but rather have their mind focused already on the finish line. Ano? So dito po kay IMG, I'm sure na lahat po tayo is able to visualize ano po ba ang ating finish line dito sa race natin kay IMG. Ano po? Ano po ang sinasabi dito? As a start daw po na begin with the end in mind. Ang sabi doon, imagine yourself at your funeral. Ano? Sabi dito is, ano kayang gusto nating sabihin ng mga tao sa paligid natin? Ano? Paano po kaya natin gusto na ma-feel ng mga tao na uma-attend ng ating funeral? Sino po kaya ang mga tao doon? What kind of friend? What kind of husband, spouse, mother, sister were you? Sabi ko doon. Ano? We are evaluating our life pagdating po sa end game natin. Titingnan natin, what were your contributions in your family, in your community? Ano po? What are your achievements or legacy? Who did you help along the way? Wow, napakaganda pong mga question, With that in mind, we begin to ask ourselves, what does it mean to have that end even before we begin? Sabi ko dito, begin today with the pattern of the end of your life as your frame of reference. Wag po tayong maging mag-uumpisa ngayon and then nakapokus lang tayo for today. Not looking and extending our vision to the end result. So dito, it means to know where you are so that you can take the right step to get to your destination. Kailangan po ng self-realization, Where am I standing today? Proper evaluation and assessment of our current standing. Yun lang po ang magtuturo sa atin nang sa ganon, tayo ay magkaroon ng right step to get to our destination. Sabi dito, we manage ourselves each day to be and to do what really matter most. Tingnan po natin, baka waste of time ang ating ginagawa and not really important for us to move forward or toward our goals. So sabi dito, don't be trapped in activities. There is managing versus leading your life and career. Kung titignan yung diagram sa kanan, ito po tayo, Hopefully, tayo po yung nasa likod na palaging nag-o-offer. Huwag po tayong nasa una, sabi natin, we are too busy and we always refuse and no thanks, we don't need it. Huwag po ganon. And hopefully, when we become overwhelmed with tasks, are we being caught up in our day-to-day activities or not? We need to see how are we going to respond, Is your success ladder leaning against the right wall? Baka naman po, busy tayo sa kung anong ginagawa natin. Ang problema, yung palang inaakay nating ladder ay hindi naka-lean sa proper direction. Kaya po kami, ako mismo, nagpapasalamat ako dito kay IMG. Especially po sa mga effort ng mga taong naririto, We can really say that we belong, Yan. So sabi dito, all things are actually created twice. In reference to this Stephen Covey, Sabi niya, there's a mental or first creation and a physical or second creation. Begin with the things with the end in mind is created on the principle that all things are created. Tingnan po natin yung diagram sa kanan, It's a house. Ang sabi dito, lahat po ng bagay ito, they started with a plan. Not necessarily they started with a physical building, but started with a plan. Planning is the first creation and the building itself is the second creation. Yan. Ano po? In elaboration, sabi ko, all things are created twice. First, mental or first creation. I put example here, the IMG business system. IMG business system is made up of a very visionary thinking of our head coaches. Ano po? And then only they put it a plan and put it in writing. And that is where we are today. Those writings of IMG business system is what is being offered to us readily, ano, para po sa ating action. Sabi ko dito, that IMG business system is actually define what you are trying to accomplish. Ano? Hindi po siya open-ended. Pagka po sinunod natin yung system ng business, is definite po yung ating destination, which is success. Di ba? Sino bang hindi mawiwili, ano, na makinig dito sa or mag-aral itong ING business system? Ano? Disclaimer lang po, ano, even po kami, ako is a student of this system pa. Hindi pa po tayo, wala pa po tayo sa ating destination. Ano? So, I hope we are getting a right hand of it. Ano? And then sabi dito, yung second creation is physical. Taking responsibility to put things in motion. Yan. We act within and enlarge the border of our circle of influence. Sayo kanina, kung madidikta natin yung ating circle of influence, mapoprovide natin na mapalaki or ma-expand yung ating control, then we are doing properly or better way sa business. Ano? Sabi ko, taking responsibility to put things in motion. Alam niyo po, marami na excuses na nasabi doing this business. And I'm sure, yung pong mga walang excuses, ang nandun sa taas, ano, they are successful. And I'm hoping na lahat po tayo, while hearing this, ano, is able to see and refuse to make excuses. Ano? Palagi po nating isipin, ano, na ang pag-usad or paglago dito kay IMG or sa kahit anong ginagawa natin ay ating responsibilidad. Ano po? Yan, sabi ko dito, this is very important. Are we living our life by design or by default? Sabi dito, it's a principle that all things are created twice, but not all first creation are conscious design. Habit 1 says you are the creator. Habit 2 says it is the first creation. Leadership has to come first. Management is bottom line focus. Ano? Effective management without effective leadership is, as one individual phrase it, like straightening deck chairs on Titanic. Ano? Bakit ko pinili na itong picture na to ay makasali dito sa ating ano ngayon, ano? Napaka-importante po na we regard our leadership, ano, on what we do. Napaka-importante po for us sa ating po sarili to be coachable para po hindi tayo nagsasayang ng oras sa kung ano mga ginagawa natin. Having a leader and hearing from them to manage our own actually ensures success in what we do. Sabi dito, leadership deals with the top line. What are the things one wants to accomplish? The leader is the one who climbs the tallest tree, surveys the entire situation, and yells, "Hey, we are in wrong jungle." Ano, ganun po ka-importante na yung ma-recognize natin yung ating mga leader. And ganun po ka-critical yung role ng leader. Para po hindi po tayo lahat ay magdidire-diretso sa bangin, ano? Sabi, individual groups and business cutting through the undergrowth won't realize that they are in the wrong jungle. Kasi po busy tayo, no? So we don't know kung tama ba yung ating playing field, ano? We are in need of a vision or destination and compass and less in need of a roadmap. Wow, napaka-importante po na kailangan natin ma-recognize gaano kahalaga ang bawat isa. The leader, ano, and the manager. Ano? The leader and the follower. We are a team. Ayan. So dito, by design or by default, are we living to by design or set of scripts? Moneymax.ph, I find these references. There are negative traits that will keep us poor. Sabi dito, if we are living by default, because being Filipino, we grow up with Filipino time. We have manana habit, na-share ni Brother I last time, And then pesta culture, we have crab mentality, we have this shy factor or hiya factor. And then bahala na si Batman. Colonial mentality and attitude towards utang. So dito kay IMG, we are so blessed that they are trying to stir up our mind and hearts to go away from these negative traits and become who we are in our daily lives. Sayo dito, we live by these scripts handed to us by family, associates, other people agendas, and pressure of circumstances. Yung po ang result, Kaya po marami okay, I born poor, I will die poor. Mahirap lang kami, so we'll die na mahirap. Because of those mentality and wrong belief. Ang kaibahan naman ng living by design, that is very effective. Sabi dito, I choose my response and write my own script based on what I value and the principles I live by. Wow. Alam niyo po, kaya ko po in-open yung session natin sa Jeremiah 29:11 sa Bible kasi ang sabi doon is, for I know that the plan I have for you, plan to prosper you and not to harm you, but to give you hope and a future. Based on that, we are able to move forward and write our own story. Sayo dito, this make it possible for us to take charge of our own journey, to write our own script. Sino po bang may gusto nun? Yan. Mag-thumbs up naman po kayo dyan kung gusto po ninyo. Okay. So ito, rescripting. Very important. Becoming your first creator. We always say, especially in couple session, that your story doesn't need to be patterned dun po sa mga respected people natin. But rather, this is your own story. You write your own story and make your own design. Sayo dito, write your own script because it is not handed to us. Develop self-awareness allows us to figure out what we have in effective script. Self-awareness po, ganun po ang role noon. Kung ineffective po yung ating ginagawa, we can right away either allow it or change it. It is easy to get caught up in the thick of thin things, forgetting the deep values. Ano po ibig sabihin? Palagi po tayong busy sa nonsense. Aray, ang sakit Di ba? Do we become the product of what others expect us to be? Sabi na iba, you ought to be like this. Napaka-common po, di ba? And I'm sure you guys are able to relate as I am sa mga sinasabi dito, Do we mentally create the self that we think we should be or the ideal you? Yan po ang ating goal. Even kay IMG. Napakaganda po tingnan yung mga successful leaders, on their achievements and be the inspiration of what we do. That is very true. However, not everyone has the same destiny. Actually, ang sabi po is, we can do more than them. I'm telling you guys, we can do more than them. Just bring out that potential in you. Wow. So ano po ito sinasabi dito? We are encouraged to write a personal mission statement. IMG has its mission statement, di po ba? Pero on our own self, it's much helpful kung tayo po mismo ay may mission statement. Why? So the most effective way in life is to begin with the end in mind. It portrays your uniqueness, what type of mission statement you have. Personal constitution. Why? Because it never changes. Based on correct principles that don't change. Wow, again, we are reminded about the correct principles, di ba? If you write your mission statement in the terms of important roles in your life, it will give you balance and harmony. Kaya napaka-importante po ng mission statement. Because that mission statement itself will ask yourself, narating ko na ba? Or did I achieve what I have placed myself on mission to? Di ba? Hindi po tayo kailangang i-remind ng mga tao sa paligid natin. Yes, they are great motivation, inspiration, yes, but when you write your personal mission statement, that will bring and drive you through to your destination. This is one more very important thing. And I almost complete. At the center. This is a personal question, actually. And with regards to this material, it's about personal growth. And with that comes along our growth in the business and in the things that we do. Sabi dito, principles of personal leadership. Who is at the center? Wow. Tingnan po ninyo. There are so many things around us: family, money, work, possession, pleasure, friend, enemy, church, self, spouse. Any one of them who will take the center or which will take the center will affect the four principles of the center of our life: the wisdom, the guidance, the power, and security. Why it says and suggested that we should be principle driven? Because when our life or what we do is centered in principle, hindi po tayo affected ng kung ano mang nangyayari sa paligid natin. Rejections, frustrations, disappointments. If we are principle-centered, magdidire-diretso lang po tayo sa ating ginagawa. We will not be affected at all. Kaya po napaka-importante that we operate in our own principles. Huwag po tayo mag-operate just because sabi natin, halimbawa, spouse-centered. Ginagawa ko to para sa aking asawa. Paano kung mawala yung asawa mo? Problema, di ba? Ginagawa ko to para lang, sa friends ko. Paano kung iwanan tayo mga friends natin? Then you are distracted, di ba? But if you are principle-driven, placing that in the center, nothing can change your direction. Sabi ko dito, ito po, hindi po ito necessary official thing from IMG, but this is what I have always hearing and little by little learning. Sabi niya dito, no family left behind. Wow, that's why I'm here. That's why some of my families are here. Do it right, do it with pride. That is very, very important. And sabi dito, do the mission and the commission will follow. Sabi niya, do the system will do your business. Make it simple, make it doable. Di po ba magandang mga principle ito? What we do in this business. Katulad sa'yo kanina, if you are principle-centered, your security is based on principles that don't react to situation. You are guided by compass which determines where you want to go and how you get there. If you are principle-centered, there is wisdom which sees things differently, does think and act differently. Sabi ng iba, wala namang naniniwala sa akin. Of course. Why? Because if everybody around you is already believing you, then maybe you are behind in this race with the IMG business. That's why you are unique. That's what the successful businessman do, to see potentials that not everybody are able to see. Di ba? Sabi dito, principle-centered has a power in becoming self-aware, knowledgeable, proactive individual, largely unrestricted by attitudes and behaviors or action of others. Yan po ang mga bagay na dapat na kung saan tayo ay nag-ooperate. Ano po? And I'm sure, hopefully, you guys learned something. And as I said earlier, I will end with this verse as well. Babasahin ko po. Ano? And after this, I would like to give a short prayer. Ano? Sabi dito, now I am about to go the way of all the earth. This is Moses. Ano? You know, oh sorry, this is Joshua. You know with all your heart and soul that not one of all the good promises the Lord your God gave you has failed. Every promise has been fulfilled. Not one has failed. Tatanungin ko po kayo, what promises of God are you embracing in your heart today? Is it success? Is it things that He promised to you in material realm? Is it things that is in eternity? This verse says, not one of them failed. If He say to you that you're going to overcome, if He say to you that you're going to succeed, that will happen. How? Ano po? Kung ito po ay sa business, hopefully, this beginning with the end in mind concept help us. If it is in life, hopefully, this beginning with the end in mind help us. If it is about the things as a holistic life, may we be guided properly by the principles that is laid down to us. That's it for me po. Maraming salamat. And with that, I would like to just say, may we walk in the principle of the Lord even as we continue doing business with IMG. Thank you so much po. Ma'am Je.
Wow. Thank you naman, Sir Bob. Very, very inspiring, very enlightening talk today.